Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Aquarius. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your September of 2014 Tarotscope, mini astrology reading, and animal totem for the month. Okay, let's get right into your tarot cards. I'm going to start shuffling for Aquarius and see what wants to come out of the deck here. Well, this guy's coming up in different people's readings here. He's, well, it's also the time. He's King of Pentacles, and his time is of Earth. And we are, and for a good part of September, we are in the time of Earth. We're in the time of Virgo, right? Well, this is full of a lot of paradox here, a lot of dichotomy. All right, let's take a look. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't know. Yeah, this first top row looks so good, but you know, as I don't know if I said it on your video, but I've said before, like, it's past, present, future, sort of. But I don't know, this one seems to kind of be dividing up into different ways here. Because also the way the elements fall. Because we've got Knight of Rods and King of Pentacles. So that would be fire and earth. And fire, we were in Leo. And as a matter of fact, we're still in Leo at the time of recording this, so you might see this before while we're still in Leo. And then we transitioned into Earth, into Virgo, last month in August. Well, there's some heavy-duty stuff going on here, and it's so radically different. You've got like the worst card and the best card in the deck, I would say, in the spread. So, I mean, you can't get much different than that. You've got, you know, the Tower here, and then you've got the World. So, wow. I mean, I think the World is probably one of the best cards in the deck, and the Tower certainly is one of the worst. So it's some different things going on here. One thing I wanted, let's start up here, because these cards fell out first. This guy is totally associated with the world, okay? King of Pentacles is totally associated with the world. He is bringing you the world, or is trying to bring you the world, or has the world of opportunity for you. And again, he may be Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Again, though, King of Pentacles, King of Coin, he's the money man. You know, he brings the money. So this is almost always, you know, money coming. You know, with King of Pentacles, in this case too, well, it's hard to do with these general readings, but a lot of times I associate him more with real estate and property. Or maybe, you know, it could be a lot of things. Maybe it's real estate and property in your life, or maybe that's how he made his money. Or building. Not even like a salesman, more like he builds things. He's a builder. Or he came up that way. He came up through building things. That's what I'm picking up on him. And partially because this castle in the background is standing out. See, when you're reading the cards, you look at different. Sometimes that bowl will stand out to me. Sometimes his cloak will stand out to me. Whatever stands out to me, that's how you use your intuition. That's how you start getting your own information. But anyway, so that building is standing out to me. World, he may have dealings in real estate and building of buildings and land owning and things like that. And there is an element of something you're giving up on. Because this is always, I'm looking at the past, well, forget it. It's a no-go, forget it. It's done. But not seeing that there's still hope or still opportunity available. But as this card appeared in the spread in reverse, that tells us that no, this opportunity may have cycled back around again. And he also looks at the King of Pentacles too. So this is something. This is something that you gave up on or had a bad go-around with, and it's going to pop back in here in Virgo. There's potential of that. And it does feel like a very strong male energy here. I mean, there's a chance this could be a female, and I usually don't try to assign gender in these general readings, but I feel like real strong male energy around this. It's a guy. I feel very strong it's a guy. Okay, now, associating with this other thing, there's something else going on here that's surrounding the Tower here, right? And there's also a man there too, or a person. Now this Knight, I'm sure, could be male or female. Fire, Leo, Aries, Sag. Maybe something like this happened in the time of Leo. This is not good. These sword cards here, and Justice in reverse, not good at all. Nine of Swords, you know. So right away, Justice in reverse says you were done a bad turn. You were treated unfairly. You were done an injustice. And this can just be on a real general level, but this could also be actual legal stuff. You know, you might have had to go to court, or you might have, you know, you might be having something that happens. It could be even like a car accident. You got to take them to court, or so you might have to be suing or getting sued, or something crazy like that's going on. And I feel loss around it. I'm not going to lie. There's loss around it. Or even going through a divorce, and, you know, there's legal things that happen, you know. But this card, initially I grouped it right in with, I just grabbed it and grouped it in there, but really, Seven of Swords in reverse often says something that's been taken away from you unfairly is going to be returned to you. Now, more often I associate this card with what's being returned to you, or even what has been taken away, as more of, you know, your pride, your self-esteem, you know, these kind of things, your dignity. Not things, but it can be actual things, you know, like possessions and stuff like that, money, whatever. So this had this effect, and then there's this other effect going on. And I think Nine of Swords here is like, because the card of the Nine of Swords, sometimes you don't see what's coming. Not always, but in this case too, like the way it laid out with the Two of Rods. Because the Two of Rods is like the world's at your feet. He's got the world in his hand, the sun is rising, it's a clear day. The skies are clear for his journey to his future. You know, it's all open. It's ready to happen. You're on the path. You're on the right road and everything. And it's a 2, which is the Two of Rods. And then we have the 2 of the High Priestess. And we have the 2 of Pentacles in here also. We've got a lot of 2s in this spread. Well, you know, this is the way these 3 were laid out here, if you can see it. 2 of Rods looking at... I felt like it was looking at the High Priestess. And then this was in the way. You know, and this is also, she's crying and upset and stressing over this, whatever happened here, and she's got her back turned to the Two of Rods. So sometimes that can mean, yeah, you've been through, I think the lesson here, or the message for in general is, yeah, there's been some heavy-duty stuff going on here, right? You've really been through the ringer, you've really been through some hard times, but there is something good happening. This King of Pentacles is bringing you the world. It could just be anything. It might not be the job, because the world is definitely not limited to only finances. You know, it totally isn't. And also, again, you know, this looking at the spilled milk. This is kind of a similar thing. Your head's down. You're looking at what went wrong. You're crying. You know, looking down and not having your head up. You know, pick your head up here and let's take a look at what's unfolding, because it might be something pretty spectacular. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and... Okay, Aquarius, let's go ahead and take a look at the astrology chart for the month of September for you. The first thing that's happening is a full moon in your second house of money and possessions. So something could be coming to a head at this time regarding finances. It could be a payday, though. I think full moons could be a payday. And then after that is a good time to, you know, get rid of bills that you don't need, you know, or consolidate your debts, or do something like that. After full moon in your sign, you know, after the 8th, as it's waning, then this is a time of releasing financial burdens and so on. And then the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a 7th, 8th, 9th house. We're going to have a new moon on the 24th in your 9th house of long distance travel, foreigners, learning, education, things like that. For a lot of you, I'm feeling like that Two of Rods flashback in my head again, how he stands out overlooking the sea. You know, so I feel like some of you may be doing something like that. You may be standing out somewhere, you know, overlooking the sea, or overlooking, you know, the ocean or something like that. So there may be some travel involved, or be in contact, because 9th house and nowadays too is with the internet. You know, it doesn't have to be, as we've said before, you don't always have to actually physically travel there. You can just, you know, contact people through the internet or whatever. But you may be in contact with somebody who lives near the sea. or the ocean. I just heard the craziest thing. I just heard something about the whistling winds or the whipping winds or something like that. So maybe that's relevant to enough of you that it'll make sense to somebody. Okay, so let's see. What is going to be the animal totem card for the month of September 2014? See how this is hanging? We got a hanger here. I think this is going to be it for Aquarius. Ooh, hummingbird. I like hummingbird energy. A lot of joy. Oh, it even says joys, dreams, and accomplishments. But I'm going to go into it a little more, so I'll be back in a minute with the interpretation for the hummingbird.
Hummingbirds are a sign of love and joy and tasting the nectar of life. If you spy a hummingbird, it is a sure sign that love is on the way. They are vibrating at a higher level and have a strong connection to the fairy realm. When you see a hummingbird, you can be sure that the wee folk are near. Hummingbirds live from the nectar of flowers, and it is important to taste the nectar in your life. Also, you may benefit from Bach flower remedies or aromatherapy.
Okay, before we go, I want to remind you all that I do have a book out called Tarot in the Modern World. And if you enjoy these readings that I do on YouTube here, chances are you're going to enjoy the book. It's easy to understand terms. I give upright and reverse position. And then I also give like a little bit of an interpretation of how to relate it to other cards, as I do when you watch the videos here, as I relate all the cards together, because I feel like that's really important. And I give like a little poem to, you know, kind of help you remember it. A new beginning is in store for you. It may involve love or creativity too, for the Ace of Cups. So it's a nice little book, easy to understand. It's available on Amazon, and you can find the link below. I also want to remind you that I have on other channels. If you look at my main page, The Rock and Roll Prophetess, I have a couple of other channels. One is music as a keyboard player, and I also write music, so if anybody wants to record any of my material, I would love to hear somebody else's take on it. And secondly, I have my children's channel, the Learning Songs for Kids, which features learning songs for kids. It pretty much says it all. But also the Green Glen Gang, which is something I've been trying to get going for a while, and I've been doing it lately in 3D as opposed to 2D, and I feel like that's the way that they're meant to appear on the screen or wherever they're going to end up being. So if you're interested in learning more about that or helping me get it out there, I'd love to hear from you on that. Or if you just have little kids, you know, check out the learning songs that are on the page, on the channel. I want to thank you all for donating, because your little donations, big or small, it all goes together, and it really helps me to pay for, continue to do these free videos every month. Also, I want to thank you all for liking and sharing and commenting my videos, and ordering readings and ordering charts, and also the Tapestry of Life mandalas I wanted to mention. I don't always mention these, but this is something that I do. It's spiritual art based on your chart, just like this wheel here that we have. Everybody has an astrology chart with aspects in it, and that's how I created the Tapestry of Life mandalas. As I said before, it really is a labor of love. It takes many hours to complete it, but it's such an intense, cool, beautiful thing when it's all said and done. And I pick up a lot of psychic stuff on you as I'm creating it, and people have told me time and time again that as they gaze on it or look at it, you know, they start getting stuff too, because the swirly designs really lend itself to letting the imagination flow, just like sometimes in the tarot cards where there's like some swirly designs. You know, it might take you away, or you'll see other pictures or other visions within it. So I want to thank you all for ordering the mandalas and liking, commenting, ordering readings. And I want you to remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.